What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. Make sure y'all like this video, man, because this is a classic example of when trying to defend your husband goes wrong. Now, for some reason, we're seeing more and more spouses defending grown men from criticism. Now, we all know that Skip Bayless has been known to go at athletes. That's what he does. He's been doing it for years. It's nothing new. But now, a lot of these guys don't want criticism, especially Russell Westbrook, who was supposed to be one of the missing pieces to the Los Angeles Lakers, being able to win a championship. That has not worked. When they were putting this Lakers team together this offseason, I said, that's a lot of egos you're putting on that team. It's a lot of egos, man. I don't know how that's going to work. And now we have seen it has not worked. And Skip Bayless has called Russell Westbrook. Let me tell y'all something. One thing about Russell Westbrook, and that's why, she's upset, is, Russell Westbrook's wife, Nina. That's why Russell Westbrook himself is upset. That name has been around. People call him Russell Westbrook all the time. They've been doing that since he was with the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's not a Skip Bayless thing. That's a social media thing because a lot of people call him that. But Nina Westbrook had time to go on social media and to call out Skip Bayless. Now, we're going to go through this, and we're also going to talk about Skip Bayless responding to her and what she had to say. But let's get into this article from the NY Post. It says, Russell Westbrook's wife, Nina, wants Skip Bayless to do better and accused him of blocking her on Twitter after the Fox Sports analyst criticized her husband. I just found out that @Skip Bayless blocked me on Twitter as though I'm the one constantly harassing him and calling him out of his name. Westbrook, a trained marriage and family therapist, wrote on her Instagram story on Friday, according to social media's screen grabs. By the way, it's great that she has a career of her own, but do you think that she would tolerate Russell Westbrook criticizing anybody that she works with? Let's say she had a hard day at work. Do you think she would tolerate him going up there and setting people straight and defending her? I don't think so. Bayless, who's known for outrageous comments and divisive tweets, continues to call the Lakers player Westbrook amid the guard's months-long shooting struggles. Mr. Bayless, I'm a real person. If you're able to use your platform to degrade my husband and constantly call him out of his name, then at least be an adult enough to deal with the consequences of your actions, Westbrook continued. Don't try to erase me from your reality to make yourself feel better about your choices. You see from the message there. I'm still here. There's no need to block me. Just be respectful, and I have no reason to respond or remind you of your reckless choices. Just do better. Later on social media, screen grabs showed an apparent deleted tweet by Nina that read, I was mistaken, Twitter fingers, I'm not blocked, and free to respond to his tweets, which I gladly will, with the smiling emoji. She made all this fuss on social media. She made all this fuss on social media to tweet and delete. And the reason why she deleted is because people were clowning her and going in on her. This woman made it seem like Skip Bayless couldn't handle her. She made it seem like Skip Bayless was I don't think Skip Bayless has ever blocked anybody. Skip Bayless don't even follow anybody on Twitter. Skip Bayless doesn't reply to anybody on Twitter. Skip Bayless has very thick skin. Now, I will say that in some of these debates, when it comes to debating, he can get sensitive. But when I'm talking about social media, Skip Bayless has never shown any weakness when it comes to social media. And for her to then say all that, why are you blocking me? You're trying to erase me from your reality. This is an educated woman. This is a licensed marriage therapist getting on social media lying, tweeting how I was mistaken, Twitter fingers, I'm not blocked, and free to respond to his tweets, which I gladly will with a smiley emoji. Like, wait a minute. You made a big deal on your Instagram. You made a big deal on your Twitter about how he's trying to erase you. He can't take criticism for you. Just for you to get on social media and then say, oops, my mistake. That's not how it works, Nina. And I think people were going in on you and you deleted it because you realized how dumb you really looked in that situation. See, this is why you do a Twitter check. You go to his page and actually see if you're blocked. See if you can comment to him before you get on social media running your mouth, because then you're going to look bad. Russell's going to look bad. And that's how, this is why a lot of these wives need to sit down, be quiet when it comes to your husband. He's a grown man making millions of dollars. It's not like he's working a regular job where he's making $50,000 a year. He's making millions of dollars a year. He's going to have to deal with criticism. He's been struggling. What you expect? To get praise, to get a pat on the back and say, you'll get them next time. That's not what Skip Bayless and other people do. And there are other people who go at Russell and you say nothing to them. I mean, don't get me started on Stephen A. Smith or some of these other guys. In another tweet, Westbrook, a former UCLA basketball player, demanded that Bayless apologize to her husband. Why don't you? Well, she needs to apologize for lying. As a matter of fact, let's get to what Skip Bayless had to say, because this is probably why she said what she said. Dear Mrs. Westbrook, thank you for clarifying that I didn't block you. I've never blocked anybody and never will. I welcome your criticism and appreciate you defending your husband, but I will continue to tell the truth as I see it. This is exactly why I just think that a lot of these wives, like, look at what Patrick Mahomes is going through with his wife and his idiot brother. I'm tired of you, as Skip Bayless called him out of his name. It's extremely childish. That is my name as well, and many other people's names. You're disrespectful, and I'm extremely offended by your behavior. You should apologize. Bayless later acknowledged Westbrook deleted tweet and responded with, Dear Mrs. Westbrook, thank you for clarifying I didn't block you. I never block anybody, never will, and I welcome your criticism and appreciate you defending your husband, but I will continue to tell the truth as I see it. Last week, Bayless questioned why the Lakers traded for Westbrook, whose poor performance this season landed him on the bench. Whose idea was it to trade for Westbrook? Whoever it was should be fired. Now I can see there's a financial component to this as well. There's a financial component to this. You know, Russell Westbrook wants to continue to make money. He wants to continue to play in the NBA. And if he's seen as a weak link on that team, it's not going to look good. His whole lifestyle could be changed based off of the perception of people around the NBA. But again, he has to work on that. There's a reason why this guy has not been able to stay on the team consistently since he's been with the Oklahoma City Thunder, because every team ever since he's gone to has seen him as the problem. That's why they've gotten rid of him, basically. And the Lakers thought, okay, we'll bring him in and he'll be able to work in our structure and be able to be successful. Now, I want to go over here to this article in Fadeaway World. Russell Westbrook explains why his wife Nina clapped back at Skip Bayless for his comments. She reached a point where it's really weighing on them, and it's very unfortunate just for me personally, because this is just a game. It is a game. This is why you should tell your wife to understand that criticism comes with being a public figure. When you are a public figure, you're going to get criticized. That's just how it is. When you're a public figure, people are going to come at you. You're making millions of dollars. Skip Bayless goes at other people way hard. Look at what, like with T.O. LeBron James, you don't see LeBron James' wife clapping back at Skip Bayless, and he said far worse about LeBron James. Russell Westbrook had a very difficult time since joining the Los Angeles Lakers. What initially seemed like a dream move for Russ, getting the chance to play in his hometown has quickly turned into a nightmare as Westbrook hasn't performed up to the mark and had faced a majority of the criticism for the Lakers' poor form. One of the biggest critics of Westbrook has been Skip Bayless. Bayless has been critical of Westbrook for almost a decade now, and that criticism seems to have amplified when Russ teamed up with LeBron, a man Bayless has been slamming for almost 2 decades. Yes, he has, man. Westbrook was asked about his wife's response after the Lakers lost. These people went into a press conference to ask this man about what his wife said on social media. Westbrook revealed that his wife and family have gotten to a point that criticism over the course of the season has started to take a toll on them. And for that, he doesn't understand why, given that basketball is not the end-all be-all. See, that's exactly why the Lakers are exactly where they are. Westbrook is not taking it seriously. One thing I will say about LeBron James. LeBron James takes basketball seriously, okay? All the greats have. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. It ain't just a game. Yeah, it's, at the end of the day, it is a game, but yeah, they're not going to go to a press conference and be like, basketball is not the end-all be-all. You will never hear Kobe or Michael Jordan, or even, I would even say maybe LeBron wouldn't even say that, because they take it seriously. They want to win. Russell Westbrook is not used to competing and winning championships. He's not used to that. So, of course, he's going to feel that way. But you're playing for the Los Angeles Lakers. You want it to be in that spotlight. So you're going to have to deal with that spotlight. You're going to have to deal with the criticism. And it's obvious that him and his family don't know how to deal with that. But why move to Los Angeles? Why move to Los Angeles? This is the quote, because I don't want to take a quote out of context. He says, I think for one, 100% stand by my wife and how she's feeling, because it's not just about this year right now. She reached a point, and my family has reached a point where it's really weighing on them, and it's very unfortunate just for me personally, because this is just a game. This is not end all be all when it comes to basketball. I don't mind the criticism of missing and making shots, but the moment it becomes where my name is getting shamed, it becomes an issue. I've kind of let it go in the past because it's never really bothered me. It's never really bothered you. It never really bothered you? When you're going to Fashion Week wearing a skirt, you know, you're not bringing shame upon yourself and your name, the name that you say your son is proud to write in school? You're right. It's just a game, Russell, and this is why you'll never be the caliber of player you think you are. Because the Lakers brought you in because they thought you had a winner's mentality. Because when he was with the Oklahoma City Thunder, he was a gamer. He showed up. But to me, I just think he's comfortable where he is. And that's why I would not be surprised if he's now in the Lakers next season. Would not be surprised at all. But we'll see how, the rest of the season goes. But let me know, stick in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll see y'all next one.